The most popular pro audio mix and mastering online forum, GearSlots, just changed name to GearSpace. What are your thoughts? I want to hear you guys in the comment down below, but keep it civil. I know many people will say, who cares? And it's right, who cares? But this might spark a conversation. Was this unnecessary? Was this fair? Was this a good idea, or we're just caving to another nonsense censorship? I feel like the music industry, and GearSlots is part of it, is focusing on the wrong things. And if all the effort that I see put in stuff like this would be put on other things, we would probably live in a better place. But let's talk about it. Hello everyone, welcome back to MixBus TV. Hope you're having a great day. Before we start, please check the info box down below for my mixing courses on Pro Mix Academy, free plugins, discounts, and special offers. And if you want to support the channel, but most important, access to the already big and always growing library of in-depth professional mix and mastering courses, videos, and tutorials here on YouTube without having to go on another website. Click the join button down here. See all the perks of becoming a MixBus TV member, which will give you also mix consultations with me via Skype or email. Let's get to the video. Like I said at the beginning, I want this to be a smart, composed, civil discussion. Bullshit, nonsense, offensive, rude comments will be deleted, trolls will be banned. So GearSlots, probably the oldest and definitely one of the most important boards, online forum for mix mastering pro audio gear, just changed their name to GearSpace. I heard they were going to do it, I think, a month or 2 months ago. And this is of course because enough people obviously complained and found the name GearSlots offensive. I think one of the factors, at least in this specific case, is because nowadays we have a lot more women in the pro audio community and in the pro audio business than we used to be when GearSlots was born. And to be fair, that name was never the most tasteful name out there. And I'm pretty sure a lot of men had to explain to their partner that GearSlots wasn't actually a porn site. But also, who cares? I mean, is that important? But this is why I wanted to start the conversation talking about this to expand the conversation to something else. I don't think the vast majority of the members of that board ever cared really about the name, as they were calling themselves sluts. So it is and it was a funny thing just because we like gear. That's the meaning of it. But today we live in this dystopian reality and we are about to censor everything and everyone. But this news ties up to something that I was actually talking about with some friends and colleagues a couple of weeks ago. But because we are talking about music industry as a whole, so more women in the music business, in this side of the business, a mixing engineer, mastering engineer, producers, recording engineers, why do we make such a big deal and we put so much effort in changing the name of our online board? And we don't see, for example, how a certain genre of music portrays women. And I don't want to name names, okay? But you know what I'm talking about. I'm not a prude and I'm not naive, but if there's one thing that really gets my blood boiling, is to see abuse towards women, whether it's verbal, whether it's physical, even worse, and in general, where I see bullying. Whether it is violence against animals, they can't defend themselves. And violence doesn't need to be physical, although that is a whole different level. It can be verbal. And how many songs there are out there that promote violence toward women, that promote rape, that portray women in such an awful way. I mean, it doesn't take much to find dozens, hundreds of songs out there that portray women and talk about women in an extremely derogatory way. And these are songs that are charting. So if the music business really wants to get better, as in ethically, morally better, why don't we point those things out? Because they make money, right? Because sex sells, because certain styles and certain genres sell. And it seems like the music business is looking the other direction when that happens. And it's not just because how vulgar and derogatory some lyrics are, but also because some of those are charting songs, and music shapes our society and kids listen to that stuff. So we change GearSlots to GearSpace, and I feel like all these safe spaces that we have today aren't saving anyone, because online bullying is at the highest peak. Pre-teenagers commit suicide at the highest rate. And if you go on any social media platform, you see pre-teenager acting out what they hear on those songs. And I personally find this pretty damn scary. but most important, wrong, because it's not regulated at all. And I'm not for censorship at all, okay? If someone gets offended, it's their problem. When I grew up, if I got offended, it was my problem. Today, if you sneeze wrong, people get offended. But still, we allow all that subculture that literally treats women like object and worse to be thriving in the music industry. How is that okay? And also think those songs are taking the place of other songs that have a much higher level of songwriting and lyrics, and maybe they have a meaning actually and a depth to the message that they would deliver to the audience. So I guess my point is, I think people are putting their effort in the wrong places, because it's easier to fight something like this, like changing the name of a board, than to put effort in what really are the problems, and problems that affect our society. And I'm pretty sure everyone has a mother, a sister, a girlfriend, a wife. So why do we have two measures for these things? It just kind of pisses me off, because we are censoring everything, but we are censoring bullshit. While the music business, between the scandals of various high-profile people raping and harassing women, and songs and videos, and just overall culture and message that are really concerning and actually have repercussions in the real world, as opposed to this, really, are not taken care of. I grew up in a world with no safe places. If you were bullied, it was up to you to take care of yourself. And I understand today people have different problems and the world should progress, and that's fine. So this is not about the society getting soft, which, I'll be honest, I think it's getting soft. I think a lot of people think the same. But when people pushes things too far in any direction, is never a good thing. When people take a good action as a stepping stone to go overboard with a given subject, and when it becomes ridiculous, when everyone gets offended about everything, well, at that point, nobody cares about it anymore. Because you're doomed if you do and doomed if you don't. There's a certain point where people say, well, whatever, think whatever you want, I don't care. But again, this is not about, I really wanted to take this chance to just talk about this problem, which is not the name of a board, is how certain genres and certain songs portray and treat women in the music business. And I think we should put more effort in that than things like this. It's March 29th when I'm filming this video, and April happens to be Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month, so I will put in the link down below a bunch of links to various associations to help this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment down below. Keep politics out. We're talking about business and culture. Subscribe if you haven't already, and click the notification bell. It helps the channel a lot. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. See you next time.
Hands on my neck, hands grip my throat. Lift me up, man, take control. Heart is so gone.